firstly tell me your name?
My name is Craig.
Craig, tell me a little bit about what happened to you a few weeks ago at Southend High Street.
I was in Southend High Street. What happened, I had a cleaner that comes round my flat once a week, and I go out when the cleaner comes to my flat.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing my normal routines. I went into Sainsbury's by London Road, up for Southend High Street. Went to into Sainsbury's, got some salmon, fresh salmon to put in my sandwich, because I like having salmon sandwich on a Thursdays when that Project 49.
Delicious.
Yeah. So I've just come out of Sainsbury's, walking along, and I've just come up to where W.H. Smith was, and as I was by W.H. Smith walking along, this person, a bloke, approached me, and he was a bit dirty looking, and he was a little bit out of it, kind of thing. He must have been high on something, and he asked me for money. He said, "Have you got any money?" I said no. I wasn't rude to him. I said no, and he went, "Oh, because I'm hungry and I'm homeless." So I still said no, and he went. That's when he said to me that I was a spastic. It's not a very nice word to say to someone with slow learning, and I was a little bit upset over that, obviously. So I dialed 999, but as I was dialing 999, when he said that, two people with buggies walked past, two ladies, and they heard what he said, and they sort of turned around and said, "Beg your pardon," kind of thing. And that's when he was rude to these two ladies. I think he swore, but I can't remember what he said to them. But I think they were a little bit stunned and lost words.
Okay,
And,
so does this happen a lot in Southend High Street?
There's a lot of homeless people in Southend High Street, and sometimes you get genuine beggars or homeless people, and sometimes you get aggressive ones. Well, this one was very aggressive this particular day.
So how does the bad language make you feel? I mean, how does these horrible words make you feel?
A bit upset. It was like there's no need for that. Obviously at the time I phoned up the police, 999, and I was describing what he looked like, and as I was doing it, because obviously I find it hard in describing a person if they're walking away, kind of thing. So I was following him from the distance, not like, "Oh, I'm following you," kind of thing. I was describing to the officer on the phone what he looked like, and he turned round, and that's when he said, "Stop following me." He saw me, and he went into the paper shop and got himself a can of beer, and he came out and saw me again and said, "Stop following me," and the police officer heard it and went, "Oh, you're following him?" And I went, "No, I'm not. I'm describing to you what he looks like." And he got a bit aggressive then. He said, don't know what he meant by this, but he said, "Stop playing with my sister," or "Go and play with my sister," and that. So, don't know what he meant, and I saw this guard, or I thought he was a police officer at the time, and he's all black, bald-headed guard, and he was white, and as I got up close to him, I saw on the back he had youth enforcement officer, and he got on his walkie-talkie, but he told the person the homeless person, to leave me alone, and he went up towards the Metro Bank and sat down outside the Metro Bank, and the youth enforcement officer, he got his walkie-talkie out and got the cameras onto him, and that's when the police officer on the phone said the cameras are now looking at him. Now I felt a bit relieved then, because I knew the cameras were looking at him and they were watching his movements, and I felt a bit more safer with this youth enforcement officer. I thought to myself, well, he's come up at the best time, I thought to myself.
So that's really good, isn't it? I mean, that's a good outcome. Somebody protected you,
Yes.
supported you. I mean, it sounded even like the ladies who walked past said he wasn't behaving well.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they're local to the area or they was on a day trip or something, but yeah, I think they were a little bit stunned, like, welcome to Southend. But yeah, yeah.
So tell me what happened in the end, because you...
Well, obviously I was on the phone and the guard asked to speak to the officer on the phone, and I heard him saying, yeah, okay, we'll do. And he turned around and said to me, right, the police are not coming now, but we're going to go to Southend Police Station. Would you like to come with me to Southend Police Station? I went, yeah. So when the lady on the phone said, well, I'm going to text you the reference number, and went to Southend Police Station, and we went into Southend Police Station. I gave the lady the reference number, and then the lady went off. I think she was trying to get an officer down. 5 minutes after, she went, no one's available. So at that time I thought, typical kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they said that there'll be someone that will contact me.
And did they?
Well, not that night. It was the next day, on a Wednesday, I had a phone call from Southend Police saying that there'll be, could they come round and see me? So I said, okay, but I haven't got a support worker with me at the moment. So I phoned up Norvik and couldn't get through, so I phoned up Karen at the time, and Karen's one of the support workers here, and she went, okay, if there's any issues, let me know, because they were short-staffed that day. And yeah, the police turned up about 10 o'clock, and it was, phoned up Karen, spoke to her, and she actually spoke to the officers as well, and the officers said to Karen that this bloke is well known to the police, and they've come in, and the female officer, she said that also mentioned the person's name that they arrested, sort of let the cat out the bag there, because obviously, I'm going to be honest with you, I went on Facebook after and I Facebooked his name, and he is on Facebook with like on the Southenders website, but I'll keep that short. But yes, he's very well known to the police, and they said that he was arrested on that Wednesday morning. He was caught by near Southend High Street, and they said because I haven't got a support worker with me, they couldn't do a statement. So they said we'll do a risk assessment, but it was like doing a statement because they were asking the same questions, like if I was doing a statement kind of thing.
Yeah, but did they explain to you the differences? If they're doing a risk assessment, you're
Yeah.
not, like, anything you say can be changed in case you didn't quite get it. You
Yeah,
weren't comfortable with it. I understand why they did that. I have to admit, it does sound like they did a really good job. It sounded like they responded to you. It sounded like they
Yes.
took you seriously.
yes, they treated it as hate crime. That's what they logged it down as. And I thought they did a good job there. And then as they left, the police officer said, "Don't stop going into Southend and that. Keep on doing what you're doing." Well, it was until the next day I was told that he was released again, and he was caught by Burger King, standing outside Burger King. So yeah, obviously I felt a little bit upset with the police there, like why did they let him go? Anyway, I thought, oh, I'm not going to contact them and make issues worse kind of thing. If they're investigating and that, then let them do their work.
So my understanding with the person is that he wasn't allowed in Southend High Street. So I guess if they let him go and he went back to Southend High Street, they then have
Yeah,
then
more,
they've got him. I mean, I think there is a logic
yeah,
there. And you didn't have any other issues, did you?
no, not that day, obviously, and that. So yeah, obviously on the Sunday, a couple of days after, I was like on my way to my local pub called the Exchange, and that's when he recognised me. He was standing outside Sainsbury's Local in South Church Road, and he recognised me. He went, "That's that bloke that got me arrested." So straight away, obviously, I looked up and when he saw me and that and said that, that's when I went into Sainsbury's Local. At the same time, my phone rang and it was the police officer, and he was explaining why they had to let him go. He said that it was the CPS that said let him go, and that day, and he said without your statement on camera, we can't take him to court and things like that. He said. So I said to him, "Do you know he's outside Sainsbury's Local?" And he went, "Yeah, the cameras are watching him every movement." So I said, "Okay." And he said he wanted me to come to Southend Police Station, and he said, "We'll come and pick you up."
Oh, wow.
I said, "Okay then." So they've picked me up on a Tuesday, it was on that the following Tuesday. So I said, "Okay." So
So do you mind me how did you get out of the Sainsbury's with him outside, or did he just leave?
I think he left. I put my head out the door, and he left. He wasn't nowhere in sight. So I thought, right, it's safe to carry on and go to my local pub, the Exchange, and I felt a bit safer in there. I told the regulars what happened just up the road, and went, "Well, if he comes in here, you'll be well looked after." They went, "Oh, let us deal with him," kind of thing. So yeah, obviously I felt a bit safer.
But I guess it was a bit of a frightening walk.
Yeah, it was a bit of frightening, like really bumped into him again kind of thing, and you would have thought he wouldn't have remembered me.
So when the police picked you up, did you then make a statement?
Well, this is funny. They turned up at my flat, and now where I live, if someone does something wrong or get in the police car, the neighbours start talking. So, yeah, obviously the police have turned up and they've walked me down to the police car. And yeah, I had all the neighbours looking like, what's he done wrong kind of thing. So yeah, I got in the police car and they took me to Southend Police Station. My support worker called Amin, he met me there, and I thought we'd be inside the station, but we went to round the back where there's a old stables where they used to keep the horses there.
Oh wow.
And they got rid of the horses and they've turned the stables into a canvas sort of studio. And I was in one room with this police officer being recorded, and there was two other officers in the next room with Amin, and they were writing things down, what I was saying to this police officer. And as I came out of the interview, I did obviously the statement on film. As I came out, I sort of got the end of the conversation, because I think Amin was like saying to them, why haven't you done anything? And of course they were telling him we're trying everything we can, but it's the CPS, they were saying to him. And then it was a couple of days after, I had a missed call or phone call from Southend Police saying that he's been arrested and he's been interviewed and he's put his hands up to everything, and he'll be sentenced sometime this week. I think it's Thursday, they said he'll be sentenced on.
Okay, so all in all, I know this has been a bit of a longer thing than we would have wanted you to be facing.
Yeah.
But they do seem to have listened to you.
Yes, I think this, I know we say, oh yeah, they don't listen to us, but I think on this occasion they have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what comes down to it, it's a lot of paperwork involved with the police,
Mm-hmm.
and also it's the CPS. They want more evidence.
Do you know who the CPS is?
I think they're called the Crown Prosecution Service,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the ones that are a bit higher up. Right?
How do you feel about Southend High Street now?
Well, Southend High Street, I must admit, it has changed in the last about 20 years. When I was younger, because I was born and bred in Southend, when I was younger, I used to remember Southend High Street being nice. There wasn't no homeless people in Southend High Street, or if there was, I didn't see them because I was with my mum or my dad at the time doing shopping that back then no kid liked doing, because we used to play up. Of course our mum mistress kind of thing. So yes, back then Southend High Street used to be safe. As the years gone on and that, in the last 20 years, obviously we've had loads of homeless people come on to Southend High Street. I don't know where they've come from, probably from London or all over the place. And I think someone said it's because Southend Council have been told you've got to help so many homeless people, and vice versa. I think it's not just Southend as a whole, I think it's every high street, I think it's got issues.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, I mean, what else could the police have done to make you feel safer?
Probably have more police officers on the street. I know it's easy to say that, obviously with today's society, they can't be all in one place at the same time, but I think they need to get more police officers walking, not in the cars kind of thing, because they're always driving and that.
Well, it does sound like that youth enforcement officer did a really good job.
Yes, he's done a good job there. I mean, obviously he popped up at the time when I needed him.
I mean, the other thing that was good is that you obviously trust the people in Sainsbury's. Were the people in Sainsbury's good when you went in there the second time?
When I went into Sainsbury's
I'm
local...
talking about in the South Church one. The one in the South, did they? I mean, you felt safe enough to go in there and you knew he wouldn't follow.
Yeah, I felt safer in there because obviously I put what the guard said to me as well. If he sees you again, or if it happens again, go into one of the shops as well. So I did that, and he didn't follow me in there. But I thought at the time when the police officer phoned me up, I thought that's good timing, isn't it?
Yeah, and also I also think we should. I mean, it sounds like your local pub is a good local pub, and that people take care of you.
Yeah.
I mean, you were able to tell them, weren't you?
Oh yes, I did tell them, and obviously I told the people like Karen and all that a lot, and of course they all know anyway. So yes, obviously I feel safer with the support workers as well. But yeah, it's also made me think as well, and I'm going to be honest. Obviously at Christmas time I like doing Christmas shopping, like nearer to Christmas and that. But it's made me realise how gullible people like me can be, because would I feel safer doing Christmas shopping now on my own, knowing that there'll be more homeless people near the time? Because I know they say keep your wits about you near to Christmas and that. So I'm going to say that maybe at Christmas time, near to Christmas, go with a support worker and do my Christmas shopping instead of doing it on my own, what I used to do.
That's a shame. It's a shame that you don't have a confidence. But I mean, the other thing is, do you mind me asking what would you do how do you sort your money out? Do you pay cash, or are you?
I pay cash. Some people do contactless, but I prefer to use cash. I'm an old boy. I mean, if I went into a shop, I'll give them a note. And that's how I've always done it. I'd rather hand people over the money, because I know what I'm spending then. If you use contactless, you could be going like that, and you could be building up a debt.
You sound very sensible.
Yes.
Very sensible.